Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to teach you about the RNA world, replication, the experimental proof. RNA was the first genetic material. How many types of nucleic acids are there? Two types. What are they? There one is deoxyribose nucleic acid, and the second one is the ribose nucleic acid. Among those, which nucleic acid is the first genetic material? RNA. So RNA was the first genetic material. It's important for objective. Please remember. There is now enough evidence to suggest that essential life processes such as metabolism, translation, splicing evolved around RNA. So this in detail concept we will learn later. Translation and splicing. What is translation and what is splicing? Okay, and this concept we will learn later. RNA is also act as a catalyst. Some important biochemical reactions in living organisms catalyzed by RNA. Generally, most of the chemical reactions in living organisms catalyzed by enzymes. There, the enzymes are made of proteins. But some biochemical reactions in living organisms catalyzed by RNA. So RNA is act as a catalyst. RNA is involved in act as a genetic material and also helpful for catalyzing some reactions. Okay, but RNA being a catalyst was reactive and hence unstable. RNA being a catalyst was reactive and hence unstable. Therefore, DNA has evolved from RNA with chemical modifications that make it more stable. So, DNA has evolved from RNA with chemical modifications that make it more stable. Okay, already have learned about the properties of genetic material DNA and RNA. What are the differences between DNA and RNA? Main differences. The deoxyribose nucleic acid. In deoxyribose nucleic acid, the nitrogen bases thymine, adenine, guanine, cytosines are present. Deoxyribose sugar is present in DNA. Okay, whereas in RNA, ribose sugar is present. Regarding the sugar, in the nitrogen bases, uracil is present in RNA. Adenine, guanine, cytosine common in both DNA and RNA. Thymine is present in DNA, whereas in RNA, uracil is present. So the small chemical modifications are takes place. So DNA has evolved from RNA with a chemical modifications that make it more stable. Now we have to know about the replication of DNA molecule. Replication of DNA was proposed by Watson and Crick. Double helical structure of DNA also proposed by Watson and Crick. So replication of DNA was proposed by Watson and Crick. During the replication process or duplication, the one DNA molecule is gives rise to two DNA molecules. Here the scheme means the replication suggested that the two strands would separate and act as a template for the synthesis of new complementary strands. Here one of the DNA molecule. In DNA molecule, how many strands are there? Two strands. So these two strands are act as a templates for the synthesis of new complementary strands. Look at here, this is the parental strand, newly synthesized strand. Here one DNA molecule is gives rise to two DNA molecules. In these newly formed DNA molecules, one is parental strand and another one is newly synthesized strand. Another DNA molecule, one is the parental strand, another one is the newly synthesized strand. So after the completion of replication, each DNA molecule would have one parental strand and one newly synthesized strand. One parental strand and another one is newly synthesized. One parental strand and another one is newly synthesized strand. So after the completion of replication, each DNA molecule would have one parental and one newly synthesized strand. This scheme was termed as semi-conservative DNA replication. So the experimental proof for semi-conservative DNA replication. The semi-conservative DNA replication was experimentally proved by Michelson and Stahl. Franklin Stahl. It's important for objective, please remember. It was shown first in Escherichia coli. So the semi-conservative DNA replication was first seen in which organisms? Escherichia coli. So it was shown first in Escherichia coli and subsequently in higher organisms such as plants and in human cells. In Visia faba plants, that is belongs to Fabaceae family, and also in human cells. Michelson and Stahl performed the following experiment in the year 1958. They grew Escherichia coli in a medium containing the heavy isotope of nitrogen, that is N15, 15NH4Cl. N15 is the heavy isotope of nitrogen, as the only nitrogen source for many generations. The result was N15 was incorporated into newly synthesized DNA as well as other nitrogen containing compounds. This heavy DNA molecule could have distinguished from the normal DNA by centrifugation in a cesium chloride. So which chemical is used for centrifugation? The cesium chloride. It's also important for objective point of view. This heavy DNA molecule could be distinguished from the normal DNA by centrifugation in a cesium chloride density gradient. Then they transferred the cells in a medium with transferred the cells into a medium with normal 14 NH4Cl and took samples at various definite time intervals. As the cells multiplied and extracted the DNA. Thus the DNA was extracted from the culture one generation after the transfer from N15 to N14 medium. That is after 20 minutes. Escherichia coli divides in 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes. Okay. So now the DNA that was extracted from the culture one generation after the transfer from N15 to N14 medium had a hybrid or intermediate density. DNA extracted from the culture after another generation was composed of equal amount of this hybrid DNA and of light DNA. If Escherichia coli was allowed to grow for 80 minutes, then what would be the proportions of light and hybrid densities DNA molecule? Light DNA molecules are 14, hybrid DNA molecules are 2. Okay, if Escherichia coli was allowed to grow for 80 minutes, then what would be the proportions of light and hybrid densities of DNA molecule? Total 16 DNA molecules are formed, 16 DNA molecules in 16 progeny. After 80 minutes, the 16 Escherichia coli cells are formed. Each of the Escherichia coli cell is having one DNA molecule. Means how many DNA molecules are present in progeny cells? In the 16 DNA molecules are present in 16 progeny cells. Each progeny cell is consist of one DNA molecule. Among the 16 DNA molecules, light DNA molecules are 14, hybrid DNA molecules are 2. From this concept, the regarding subjective point of view, the question is which property of DNA double helix led Watson and Crick to hypothesis semi-conservative mode of DNA replication? Explain. Okay, whereas in this concept regarding few need related questions, I will explain here. Who proposed the experimental proof for semi-conservative DNA replication? Who proposed the experimental proof for semi-conservative DNA replication? Semi-conservative DNA replication was experimentally proved by Michelson and Stahl. Okay, what is the answer? What are the given options? Option A, Watson and Crick. Option B, Francis and Crick. Option C, Robert Hooke. Option D, Mendel. So Watson and Crick is the answer. Option A is the correct answer. Next, which of the following organism is selected by Watson and Crick for their experiments? Which organism? Escherichia coli. Okay.